Today we're talking about how you can get sure that, let's see, can you guys hear me? Hold on. Okay, now you can hear me. Thanks for letting me know. So we are getting started with the content machine. And when you are running your business, the key thing that you need to have is visibility. Without visibility, if people don't know you, how are they going to buy from you? And part of that problem is that you have to get content out. The question is, what content do you get out? Today, we're going to go really, really fast. I'm going to show you what we call a consultant's content engine. We're going to show you as a consultant, how do we work with our clients, build our own business to get the right content out there, to get the attention, the eyeballs, and the dollars that we want to have in our business. So if you're ready to get started, go grab some pen and paper. We're going to dive into this because this is where a lot of confusion has come in over the last few years. And what used to work for content doesn't really work so well anymore. So we're going to break this down. And let's go into the agenda for today. We're going to talk about the content conundrum. Why is this a problem? We're going to dive into the 7 gears, and we're going to show you how to start your engine, and then we're going to show you how you can get an engine pre-built for you. If you don't want to do all the work, if you find it a little difficult, guess what? We'll do it for you. So, ready for this? This is going to go fast because it's a very important topic, but you don't need to spend a lot of time on this. Most people are spending way too much time on it. And the problem is you've been creating content for years and years and years, and maybe you feel like you're stuck. It's just going around and around, but it's not making any impact. And it certainly isn't making the impact that it used to years ago, but it isn't your fault, okay? The problem is you're just doing these little hits and misses, but you're not building an entire engine around it. And that's really what we are going to be talking about today. Now, we're going to break down these 7 engines, and you want to figure out which ones am I missing, which ones do I need. I'm going to show you at the end exactly how you can get all of these put together for you, okay? So the first one is the authority arc. This is where you want people to be looking at you, whispering about you, and like, gosh, who is this person? You know, how do I get them in my corner? How do I get to hire them? And what you're thinking about here is not just what you do, not your street cred, your history, but your storyline. What is it about you that makes you captivating, interesting, and appealing, right? People don't just want to be near you, but they want to be like you. That's how you know you can build out your authority engine. There's lots of ways to do this. If you need some help with this, let us know and we can show you. This is in our 9-step SOAR formula, right? It's 3 pillars, 3 steps in each. This is the number one thing that you have to focus on. If you're not singularly focused on your authority, you're not going to take your business anywhere. This is something that people miss a lot. The next one is the content cascade. You hear it everywhere. Gary Vee has made it famous, right? Post everywhere, be everywhere, go on every platform. It's great, but you do have to start with one foot in front of the other. What's your first step? Where's your first platform that you are going to be on? And then once you go and find a piece of pillar content, something like this, like we come here for Iconic TV Live every single week, have for, what is it now, 6 years? And why? Because this becomes pillar content. We can turn one insight, one concept into 10 different assets to put everywhere. It might take me 30 minutes every week to do this, but then the amount of content we have is so much more expanded. You see, when you want to reach people, here is the actual algorithm that you need to think about. You need to actually have not just 4 or 5 touches, it's 9 to 16 touches. The median is 11 touches with people. It needs to be 7 hours of content. How are you going to deliver 7 hours of content for people to trust you? And then it has to be on 4 different platforms, 4 different ways. Maybe it's email, it's a message, it's a newsletter, it's a video, right? So how do you turn one key concept into 10? That is your content cascade. That's the key thing. This is where a lot of people fall down, actually. And then once you know, these are all the places, the ways that I can put it, you need a SOP for your storyline. Like, where is it going to go? And how do you get it all out there? Do you have some templates on how you do this? Do you have checklists that you go through? We have a checklist every week of what we have to do, and then delegation. Because if you don't do this, it's going to all fall apart. You don't need to be the one putting it all out there. I don't put it all out there, right? But somebody needs to. And so you need to build a team for this and build a SOP for all of these storylines that you're going to be putting out there. Okay, makes it so simple. What we recommend is just 1 day a week, spend 2 to 4 hours, get all your content out for the week, and then you're good to go. There are parts that you need to do yourself, maybe the writing, the speaking. You can't have AI do everything. This is a problem we're going to talk about next, right? And that's the emotional engine with your content. Your content needs to have some heart to it, right? What is the why? Why is this so important? Why is it powerful? Why do people need to listen to what you're saying? Not just the what. And so what we're talking about here is making sure that you have resonance, that people resonate with what you're saying. Like, yeah, I feel that. I've been thinking that myself, not just talking about the content, right? So make sure that you're really resonating with them and not just spewing facts and just trying to be relevant. Oh, this is relevant. This is relevant. But why? Why is it relevant for me and for what I do? Right? Because the hardest thing about growing a business is working so hard and not seeing any results. And if you could find a way to put these 7 engines together, oh my gosh, you would love your business. You would have so many more stories, so many more moments that you could share with people that they would go, wow, I want to work with that person, right? They start whispering about you again. So it all ties together. And a lot of people, because they're using so much AI, they're missing that emotional engine. Yes, you can program it to kind of hit those emotional pinpoint topics and, to prompt it to do certain things, but it still has to come from you. Okay, keep that in mind. That is vital. So if you want all of these 7 gears, I've got it all together for you. I got a checklist for you of everything I'm putting together. All you have to do is ask for it. Just go to conniescavella.com/free gift and tell us that you want the 7 gears, and I will get it to you. It's like that. Okay. Now, if you need some help with yours and you want all of this done for you, we can also do that too, whether it's the email side of things, whether it's the posting, whether it's trying to figure out what content, whether you want content that you can put out but delivered to you every single week. We can do all of that for you. And we are masters at that. So now what is the next thing? Number 5. Number 5 is you need a monetization map. What does that mean? Everything needs to point to everything else. You don't want isolated islands. Somebody goes and gets a lead magnet, but then that's it. If they like it, they're going to want to connect with you somewhere else. And then if they go there and they connect and get some more information, then they want something else. Remember, 7 hours, 11 different content sources and 4 different mediums. So yes, everything should connect, and they can go from lead magnet to funnel to pipeline to newsletter to video. And then they feel, oh, I trust this person. They get me. That's how you do it. Okay. Does this make sense? See, now you turn what's normally a whole bunch of noise into a strategy. This is the key. Be strategic with your content. Don't just throw it out because you got 30 days of content, but then the market shifts or it's a different time of year and then it doesn't land anymore with your audience. So this is something that you plan in advance. This is what we mean by strategic. And if you want to have a 90-day plan laid out for you with all the content, all the locations, all the hours of everything put together, let us know. Just go to callconnie.com and we'll hop on a 10-minute call and you can show us what you have, or you can ask us to put something together for you. We'll put together a whole roadmap for your business in order to hit the goals that you want to have. Our goal here is to take you from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less. We are the kings and queens of building 7-figure iconic businesses. And that's what you want to do because that gives you the freedom, the flexibility, and the financial breathing room that you got into business for, right? What's number 6? I told you we're going to go fast, so take notes, get ready. There's a lot here. Number 6 is platform polish. Some people just have that it factor. Some people, you couldn't pay them enough to be seen online and to get visible, but you do need that. You do need that visibility, not just visibility for yourself, but visibility in your brand and your process, right? People follow visuals very much more than just talking, right? And so when I show you this is our model for our business. It's the cube, right? And so everything we do is in 4 squares. And why? Because it's so balanced everywhere you go. But when you look into it, then you see all the depth that's inside. But on the surface, it looks really simple. And that's how we build $1 million businesses. And that's just an example of that, right? Another example, again, more cubes, right? But you have to link these together. This is like your engine, okay? And all the parts need to go together to form one unified whole. When you do that, that's called an plastic business. One that has the ability to unite disparate parts into one unified whole. That's your content engine, okay? So when you have this kind of polish, then that's where you have pricing power, because people admire that. People look up to that. They want to see something tangible, especially if you're in a business where nothing is tangible. Is this making sense to you all? Okay, all I want you to do is go down below, click to subscribe. Every single week, we're going to come here and give you strategies, principles, no hacks, no fads, no knuckle harebrained things that are going to make you spin in circles that actually don't work. We do this in our business. We teach it, and we build multi-million-dollar companies out of these strategies, and we want to do it for you as well. So let's hit number 7. This is the legacy lever. This is where everything comes together, right? See, when you're thinking about this, you need to attract the leads, and that's really getting that content out there. Then you must convert them. How are you able to convert them and close them, right? Can you back up what they saw up front? And then once they're in, now you have to fulfill. Now you keep them here year after year after year. That is the key. So this is that legacy lever. So you want to remember that building a movement around what you do is more important than just sticking out marketing. Having a message that's in alignment with your audience is more important than just trying to please the algorithm. And being remembered. Do you have a story that makes people go, oh, wow, I went through something like that? How can you be remembered rather than just followed? Followers is vanity, right? What you want to have is the revenue. That's the sanity. And that comes when you're remembered. So do you see how all of these play together? These are the 7 simple engines demystified. So when you look at these, which one do you need? Do you need more of the authority arc? Do you need the content cascade where you have all of these things tied in together? Do you need the SOP storyline where you take what you're doing, build out your SOP so they're always going, always being funneled out into the world? Are you missing the emotional engine? You're just trying to be factual, just trying to get something up everywhere, but it makes no sense. It doesn't hit home to people. That's not good. And what about the monetization map? Is everything connected, or is it disconnected like an isolated spark and it's going to fade away? But when every piece ties to another piece, that's power and that's profit. And then you want to have the platform polish. How do you actually appear? What is the visual aspect of your brand? Is it cinematic? Is it storytelling? Is it captivating to the eye, not just to the ear? And do you have that legacy lever where you know how to keep people with you for a very long time? Those are the 7 engines that you need to have to build a 7-figure powerhouse with your marketing. And if you want to have all of these, all you have to do is ask. It's so simple. We will get these to you. These are the 7 gears of consulting content engines. This is how we build them out for our clients. This is how we build it out as consultants, whether you're a consultant or a business owner. This matters to you. So follow this, watch it back. And if you want the replay and if you want the checklist, all you have to do is ask and just type ConnieScavello.com/free gift. And we will get it to you. And of course, all of this is based on our books and our methodologies. We use software to validate everything. We have the Profit Engine software and the Profit Levers. If you want these books, go ahead and just ask for those. We're happy to get those to you as well. And the bottom line is you need to be out there. You need to be seen, and you need to have a strategy. If you feel like you're just overwhelmed and you're spending all your time on content creation and putting it out there and then nothing and crickets, callconnie.com. That's where you need to go. CALLKONI.com. And we're going to help you fix that. We will see you next week on Iconic TV Live, and we will bring you new strategies. We're going to talk about the Netflix process. That's how you can get people to stick to your content every single week. We'll see you next week. Until then, be iconic.